So we're headed on a 1,600 kilometer, basically 7-day, 2025 BC hot rod tour coming up. And I'm driving a roughly 85-year-old truck with 55-year-old engine, transmission, and rear end components. Albeit new parts, but still the design's pretty ancient. So this assortment in front on the ground here is what I'm taking with me to survive 1,600 kilometers, hopefully, in that old farm truck. It is a rather large assortment of items when you take a look at it, spread out like this. Kind of feels like overpacking. Spare plug wires, baling wire, fuel line, connectors, bungee cord straps, spare rad hose, lower because they're hard to get for that truck. They're 71-ish Chevelle big block, and they have to be cut to fit. Oil filter change wrench, some straps, spare MSD coil, some plugs, fuel bladder, antifreeze, oil, ATF fluid, some rags, some zip ties, spare spark plugs, wrench for gapping, multi-tool, tester probe, fuses. What are these? Oh, spare heat shields for the plug wires. The truck has a big block in it, and it's got some fender well headers, so they really need to be insulated or it burns through wires. First year I had it on the road, I went through a lot before I got it finally set up the way it was now, and they seem pretty good, so far so good. Bag of wire, and some fittings, and more MSD clips for spark plug-ins, obligatory shock towel, a tire repair kit, one low-profile jack, Smitty-built toe strap, might be a recovery strap, that one, and Smitty-built air compressor, and an ARB air pressure gauge, just in case. Never had a flat in the hot rod, but you never know. And a funnel, and a bag of wrenches. The tool bag's actually pretty cool. This came from Amazon, without the wrenches and tools, of course. Open and box, some channels, crescent wrench, standard pliers, some needle nose, standard stuff, some AN wrenches in there as well. Sockets, extensions, Allen wrenches, and a plethora of screwdrivers. I think there's sandpaper in this one, just in case somebody with points has a problem. I used to have points in this truck, now it runs an MSD ready to run. A spare shifter cable because, well, you never know with those things. I happen to have it, so I'll take it with me. God forbid, head gaskets, spare AFR, valve cover, and exhaust gaskets. Spare alternator. Odd thing to take, however, I run a Suzuki Samurai from about 89, 55 amp mini alternator. They're not regularly stocked in most shelves, so spare one of those in case it goes out. A U-joint that is a 1310 to 50 conversion unit. It's got a slightly built 8.2 10 bolt, so the drive shaft's 1350, the 8.2 is a 1310 U-joint. Spare remote solenoid because I run one of those. Let's see, wheel studs, fan belts, a Noco Boost Plus just in case I need to jump. There's also jumper cables in that black bag. The Amazon Basics Toolkit, minus the torque wrench that's mine. Pretty good set, seems to work reasonably well. And a bunch of small things like O-rings, nuts, bolt, washers, cotter pins, more washers, hairpins, and an Edelbrock calibration kit, and the jets, because my eyes are old and I can't read them. I got down with a magnifying glass, bagged them, and marked them. And there's a 6-gallon boat tank in the box of the truck, which truck has 14.5-gallon tank. Kind of small for the amount of fuel it seems to consume, so there's that, hopefully to get me far enough. And the jack handle in there. The box was built this year just for this trip, and for the drag and drive that the truck's going in about 3 weeks after we get back from hot rod tour. So we'll see how she does. And yeah, for those that don't know, this is my 40 Chevy truck. It does have a, like I said, a built 10 bolt in it. It's got Summit Racing axles. It's got Richmond 373 gears, a Mosier cover with some built-in supports, and a Yukon posi in it. Parallel lease front and rear. Truck does ride a little bit like an old farm truck. Yeah. So fresh oil change, it's ready to go. Said big block, which seems to run pretty well. So just to do oil change, put the Moroso breather back in. It does weep out those breathers pretty good. Something I should probably deal with at some point. Let's see. I'll turn it on and fire it up and see how it does. Kill switch. Just because it is wired to the alternator, so it will kill the alternator. Oh man, let's see. I haven't started it in a little bit, so it should be hopefully okay here. It's got a little temp. She starts pretty good. The AFRs aren't bad on the truck. They're not great. They could be better. But she idles pretty well. Sounds alright. Runs pretty strong. Does have electric cutoffs underneath the door. It can sound a bit throaty at times. Box tends to wiggle slightly. The engine itself is a 396 with Edelbrock aluminum Performer RPM heads, a Summit 1769 cam, hardened push rods. What else is in there? Edelbrock Performer RPM intake with an air gap and a 800 ABS2 on it. Holds pretty good oil pressure. And yeah, it's fairly responsive to throttle. Comes back pretty quick. Yeah, that's about it. That's the truck. That's the trip. And like I say, when we get back from the American trip that we're leaving for on Wednesday, it'll be time for the Dragon Drive, BC's Dragon Drive, or Drag It Challenge, I guess they call it. Kind of through the interior, 5 days, 5 tracks. So yeah, that'll wrap it up.